recording. You ready to go beyond, Dr. Darren?
Always ready to go beyond.
Okay, thank you. Well, we are live with Dr. Darren Weissman here, and he is in Chicago. He is just one of the most special people on this planet, and he has created a system that is one of the most powerful universal healing systems out there on the market called the Lifeline Technique. Dr. Darren and I go way back through a mutual friend of ours, Kelly Carter, who introduced me to him. Thank you, Kelly, because his system has changed my life, allowed me to start to heal people remotely, giving infinite love and gratitude. And you can't just say that once. You have to go infinite love and gratitude, infinite love and gratitude, infinite love and gratitude, because it just feels so good. So I believe I took one of your first seminars out in San Francisco that you had.
Yeah.
Years ago, probably 15 years ago, about?
Yeah, about 15 years ago.
And so that's when we first met, and then just continued on in the Long Beach ones. And so I've just dove into your stuff really well. And one day I will get certified. I want to. And but you know, for everyone who's out there, he does incredible certification courses. So Dr. Darren, I want to turn over to you. You are a doctor of chiropractic. Give us your background and please tell us the story of how you came up with infinite love and gratitude, because it's one of my favorite stories. People that know me know I love branding and hearing how stories and systems and brands evolve. So please share with us.
You know, like most people that are in the healing arts, my journey started in my childhood struggling with my own health and well-being, my own mindset, and the environment around me that was only able to support me the best way they knew how. And I desired to be a doctor and didn't know about holistic or natural ways of improving and optimizing one's well-being. And so I was taking pre-med courses, and long story short, my brother, going through the trauma of a car accident, went to a chiropractor. He introduced me to chiropractic. I found chiropractic. It was just a natural fit. And from there, it just like one door opened into the next. I discovered acupuncture. I discovered kinesiology. I discovered Ayurvedic medicine. I traveled to Sri Lanka and worked in the Kalabawila Hospital with Lord Pandit Professor Sir Dr. Anton Jayasuriya. I studied in Beijing. I then just went into this whole world of the mind and the body, NLP, EMDR, all these things I was so passionate about. And then on June 17th, 2002, based upon a passion that was driven by, there's got to be a way to bring all these unique systems into one unified process that helps people maximize the essence of who we are. And who we are infinite beings. Who we are spirits of pure love. Our body is designed to heal. This is our nature. And about 8:30 at night, I'm pacing the floor in my home, hearing my friend's voice in my mind say, "You're just too afraid. You're just too afraid. You're just too afraid." And in that moment, I felt the energy of my crown open up, and I entered this zone. And I don't know how to explain it in any other way, but I was in a certain dimension where I could see everything that I had studied with everyone that I had studied with around the world. And I saw this image, and I yelled to my girlfriend, who's now my wife of 15 years, 3 kids later. I said, "Babe, get me a pen and paper." And she did. And in about 40 minutes, I drew out this flow chart.
Love it.
And this flow chart is a flow chart of the subconscious mind. It's a roadmap of the subconscious mind. The pinnacle of healing is based upon our mindset. Everybody knows it. You can train all you want. You can be the best in what you are. But if your mind is not in its fullest potential, even the greatest athlete, even the most powerful body will begin to crumble based upon the foundation of one's mind. And so I awoke to this system that enables a person through the use of kinesiology, this beautiful hand posture, which means I love you in American Sign Language, and a universal healing frequency of infinite love and gratitude. I discovered that there are steps to awaken our consciousness and process memories that are emotionally charged, that when triggered affect the lens of perception of ourself, of the world around us. And when we process these emotions with intention, miracles happen. Healing happens. We discover we're so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit. We're so much more capable than we've ever recognized. And it's beautiful because it's not therapy. You don't have to talk about your stuff. It's not about that. It's about discovering that everything that you thought was a problem, everything that you thought was wrong with you, where you felt like a failure, that's feedback. That is a portal, a doorway into the next greatest version of yourself. You want to go beyond? You got to go into that essence of the subconscious mind. So that's the short version. That's the cliff notes of, the awakening of this. And now 15 years later, working with people all around the world and educating people how to use this as a practice for oneself. What a blessing. I'm so grateful.
Oh, likewise, we all are. This is such a powerful story and so fun to hear. And I mean, putting that all together, it's just ingenious and genius. And it's the coolest system. And I have the flow charts and we go through it. And I mean, it's so succinct and it's so articulated, and you articulate it on a piece of paper just as well verbally. I mean, it's that succinct. So for anyone looking to really dive into it, I just highly recommend it. So now in your practice, you're doing a lot of remote healings and personal healings. Just share a little bit about your practice and how you facilitate overcoming stress for your clients and patients.
Yeah, thanks so much. One of the first things that I educate people about when it comes to stress is not the problem. Stress is the excuse. And stress is something that is part of life. It's a natural part of life. The strongest trees live in the strongest winds. So, the essence of stress is like, oh, you're just under so much stress and this is why it's going on. No, that's not true. So the first thing is to be educated that the way you're thinking about it is wrong. And not that anybody's bad or wrong, but what if you could look at stress differently? And what if you could actually see it as a conversation? What if you could recognize stress at thought? That you could see the thoughts that are leading to the feelings, that are influencing the function of your body, the performance, your ability to show up in relationship, in the mirror, with your partner, with your kids, with people that you work with. What if you could begin to see the stress of food that you eat, how you're doing exercises? What if you could see that as a feedback rather than a fight? And that's the key, because there's a cycle of stress. Ultimately, stress does lead to degeneration. It does. It leads to degeneration. However, stress to one person is bring it on, baby, to another. So stress is fundamentally based upon perception. How we perceive something is either something that's stressful or something that is, you know what, here's the next greatest version of me. I'm going to lean into it. I'm going to go for it. And in life, one of the adventures is that what we perceive, our perception, is based upon what we believe. And our beliefs are learned. Learned from the environment that we were a part of, learned from generational things, learned on so many different levels. But when we have core limiting beliefs that are in our subconscious mind, those beliefs perpetuate what are called Groundhog Day, the hamster wheel. And they get triggered. And the way we're designed in our neural network is that our brain and our body are not designed to tell the difference between a memory reality or imagination. So when the 7-year-old little boy inside of me that was in an environment where there was chaos in the house and situations going on, when that little boy gets triggered, and I don't even know what triggers it, but it might be a color, it might be a sound, it might be a smell, and then boom, it comes to life. And then that's all I can see. That's all I can feel. I don't know it's the 7-year-old, but my body is reacting as if I was 7. My thoughts are reacting as I was 7. And what does that look like? Stress. And that is the core of the degenerative disease process. What are degenerative disease processes? Heart disease, diabetes, obesity, cancer. So if you want to create a change with stress, we've got to change the core limiting beliefs that are buried in our subconscious mind. And the beauty, Justin, is this. Within every core limiting belief, there's a core of infinite potential. The universe did not make us wrong. The divine source of life, the field of energy that connects all of creation, didn't mess up and say, you know, we're just going to throw this BS of stress in here just to mess with you. No, no. There's a conversation here. You just haven't learned how to speak the language. And when you raise the vibration, the frequency of energy from a core limiting belief into a core of infinite potential, rather than I am weak, I am stupid, I am sick, I am whatever. And all of a sudden I go, I'm confident in everything I do. I'm beautiful. I'm capable. When we raise that vibration on a subconscious level, what happens is the post-traumatic stress that everybody has in this world, just on different levels, the post-traumatic stress turns into post-traumatic growth. And that growth influences the vibrational frequency of energy, influences our pH, influences inflammatory processes, transforms the body into what it's designed to be.
Awesome.
Self-healing, regenerating, and whole. And here's the wild part. We so look for complex solutions. And it's simple. It's really simple. And I found that sometimes when things are simple, it scares people. They get scared with simple things. It's like, no, I'm probably getting duped. There's something going on. And like, no, I'm sorry. It's actually simple. It might not be easy because no one likes to feel afraid or angry or overwhelmed. That's part of life. But you have a choice on how you respond to those parts of life where you're struggling and stuck and suffering. And you can, if you choose, to listen to your heart and discover the desire within you to transform where you are and evolve into the next best version of yourself. That's the essence of stress. It's giving the opportunity to be that strong tree, to grow deeper roots, right? That's the essence of it.
Oh, so beautiful. Now you know why Louise Hay House Publishing loves Dr. Darren Weissman. I mean, he couldn't, like, no one can say it better. And that is just so wise too. And we always talk about treating the cause and not the symptoms. And you know, if someone's in a stressful situation, you don't just run and leave it. No, you have to figure out how to resolve it. And you're just going at such a deeper root layer than everyone else is on stress. And it's so refreshing to hear. So thank you for that. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, my pleasure.
As far as giving people some ideas as far as how you could help with them, financial, all the different areas, and help unravel some of those limiting beliefs. Please share briefly on that.
Yeah, you know, to me, it's like to know one thing is to know 1,000 different things. And once you understand a pattern in one way to be successful, you can apply it in a gazillion different ways. So whether it be the financial challenges that are going on, whether it be in how you show up in intimate relationships, whether it be your ability to stay disciplined in how you think and take action in your life to fulfill your dreams, there's a process, and I call it a manifestation system, that when you follow it, it works. And it begins in the present moment. And I teach people this process that's called the connection. And the connection is how to get into present time consciousness. It's, you know, our mind is amazing at solving problems, and it will go to the past to draw from past experiences. It'll go to the future to see what possibilities exist in imagination and visioning. But the mind itself, going from past to future, it has its limitations, and it oftentimes causes people to be tormented by past patterns that come up and future anxieties and worries that come up. And we want to turn our mind, rather than being a tormenting mind, into a mind that's a tool to evoke greatness. So the connection is the first step. And every day when I wake up in the morning, I have a practice. And my practice is I get present. I get present in the moment by doing this process called the connection. Once I'm connected into the present moment, I then follow a step of how to set intention effectively. Most people don't understand how to truly set intention. And I'll teach you right now because it's simple. The key is this. Ultimately, what you focus on is what grows. So if you're struggling with debt, if you're struggling with guilt, if you're struggling with anxiety or depression, you know, the natural tendency is I just want that crap to be done with. I want to pretend it's not there. Just let me just get away from it. We're still focusing on it. So the number one golden rule in manifesting intentionally is to focus on where you're going. So even though you might be in a dark night of your life and it's really painful, the one thing, and I've got great news for you, the one thing that always knows your next best step is your heart. And when you take time to connect with your heart, with love, you literally place your hand over your heart space and you feel in your heart, and you close your eyes and just breathe into it. And you ask your heart, hey heart, what do you desire to feel? What do you desire to feel? You know, my heart just said blessed. My heart desires to feel blessed right now. My heart desires to feel blessed. That is the action step, blessed. The second golden rule is, once again, because the brain and the body don't know the difference between memory, reality, or imagination, we, as all great leaders do, begin with the end in mind and then work backwards. So if I was already in a life, in a body, in a relationship, in a business that was blessed, you know what I could say? I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So learning how to get present, learning how to consciously observe and be discerning of what you have power over and what you don't have power over, and learning that you have the ability to respond in the face of reaction, and that you set intention. And then the last thing is, you learn how to use your imagination. You learn how to play like a child. And you go, well, what would it be like if I lived in a life if I am blessed? What would it be like if I walked into a room and everyone in the room lit up? And they didn't even know why, but because I walked in, they felt something. They felt blessed inside. How would that feel? Oh, I feel so grateful. I feel this expansive, tingly energy inside. You know what that feeling is? That's medicine. That grateful feeling is your cells inside of your body producing chemicals that give that grateful feeling. Chemicals make medicine. Medicine is made of chemicals, but this is mind medicine. This is learning how to use your mind effectively to totally transform your life and manifest the destiny that you deserve. Everyone deserves to live a beautiful life. We all go through pain, fear, and stress. It goes on. But that doesn't have to be the end or the defining moment where we identify and then live out that victimized story, which so many people do because they just don't understand the simplistic steps that go on. So that's what I would share.
Thank you. That's unbelievable. Mind medicine is way better than pharmaceutical medicine.
You know, in Harvard studies, they have found that the placebo, which is mind medicine, is 95% successful. So meanwhile, they put trillions upon trillions of dollars in investing in chemicals to, you know, make a difference, when what if we actually just put, you know, $1 million into mind medicine? The reality is you don't have to. I've actually put my time and energy into it. For my life's passion is studying the subconscious mind and going into the trenches and doing it and teaching people. And I've been into the darkest places with people. I have been with people that have been in the worst places, in the Rwandan genocide, in fires where people were, infinite love and gratitude, burned alive. Trauma, abuse. I've worked with Olympic athletes around the world. I've worked with people that are billionaires, and I have found fundamentally at the core of it, when someone learns how to process emotions and live intentionally, everything changes. Everything needs to change. That's it. So, you know, simple, not always so easy, but you can be supported wherever you are if that is a desire for you.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question, and I've seen it personally. I mean, you took somebody off the street. I couldn't stand anywhere near that lady, and she was terminal cancer diagnosed, and you're just healing her in front of, you know, 80 people at your seminar, you know, 15 years ago. Just unbelievable, huge heart. You're helping people that have seizures on airplanes, and the medical doctors on scene, and they're going, hey, that should have lasted like 5 minutes. How did it last only 40 seconds? And you just run through. I mean, I've seen this stuff, and personally, so it's just unbelievable. Thank you for your wisdom and all that you've done and created. It's so remarkable. So please let everyone know about Lifeline Technique, where they could go to get certified, where they could go to get a healing from you.
Awesome. Well, the website is thelifelinetechnique.com. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's thelifelinecenter.com. So it's the, T-H-E, and then lifelinecenter.com. And that's where you'll find information about it. But, you know, if this is something that's inspiring for you or it resonates with you and you're not sure, but something's awake inside of you, one of the things that I've come to understand is, you know, you can't really tell people what the Lifeline is. You have to actually experience it for yourself. If you desire to have a session, please contact the Wellness Center, myself, or the practitioners that have certified. We're happy to support you. But if you'd like to actually learn the Lifeline and invest in yourself to really process your own emotions, live intentionally, go for a test drive in the Lifeline. And you can contact, just send me an email. And it's Darren, D-A-R-R-E-N, at thelifelinecenter.com. Darren at thelifelinecenter.com. And in the title of your email, just say, I want a free test drive of the Lifeline. And leave a number, and we'll call you back, and we'll give you free access to the program for a week. So you can go, yep, this resonates with me, or, you know, it's not for me. And that way, you know, and you don't have to waste money or time in something that isn't right for you.
And you have a fully automated, sophisticated online course.
Fully automated and sophisticated. E-learnings, webinars that then lead into live courses. You know, there's live courses. There's one live course that's called Boot Camp that you don't have to have actually any understanding of what the Lifeline is to experience it. You come on in. It's 3 days of looking at your personal, professional, and family life, and it's a full day of a Lifeline session. I run that in Chicago and in Bali, and it is extraordinary. At the end, you have a clear vision of what's working, what's not working, and what it is that you're looking to manifest. And we'll get your subconscious mind on board. It is fun. Beautiful people do this process from around the world. So yeah, just send an email and we'll walk you through the process and help you to discover what's the best place to start for you if this is something that's a desire.
Yeah, and the last thing I want to add is the coolest thing about your system is when you're giving someone infinite love and gratitude, you're healing yourself. So you're getting your own self-healing while you're healing someone else. There's nothing else that does that.
There's nothing. You know, and I love that you said that, Justin, because that's the reality. I always say to people, I'm like, you know, I'm not doing this on you or for you. I'm doing it with you. There's energy that connects each and every one of us. It's not that I don't have pain, fear, and stress. I do. I'm a dad of 3 kids. You know, I've been married for 15 years. The reality of life, things move and change, seasons come and go. But when you have the ability to have a practice for yourself, and that's why I always encourage people, this process is about healing the healer. This is about dealing with your life in a whole different way, so that when you get those calls that you think that the wind is out of my sail and I can't move forward, you have those moments in life where you feel crushed by life. The lifeline is a lifeline, and it's for yourself first. And those of you that are practitioners, and there's a lot of you out there, you'll figure out how it will fit into your practice, and how to make that work in its own unique way. But first and foremost, the reason that you learn the lifeline is for yourself. That's what that's all about.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Infinite love and gratitude to you, Dr. Darren Weissman. You are absolutely incredible humanitarian and practitioner. And it's just, we want everyone to know you. And I don't think, quite honestly, I've done 45 of these right now, interviews, and I've had a smile on my face, like ear to ear, the entire time you're speaking. I don't think I've done that in all the interviews that I've done with everybody. So, I mean, just like you light up a room. Your warmth is so powerful. Your energy is unbelievable. So, how refreshing. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Justin, for helping people to go beyond in our world today, which is so polarized. It's so important for us to go beyond and learn steps and tools that empower us to do that. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and thanks for being you. It's awesome.
Thank you. All right. We'll sign off with you. TheLifelineCenter.com. Dr. Darren Weissman, thank you so much for going beyond with us and sharing your wisdom.
Infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.